Good day, Doctor, and everyone. We are from Group 6, and today we are going to present our final project. Let's look into the content of our presentation for today. This is the content of our presentation for today. Now, let's we move on to the learning problems and issues slide. Okay, this is the learning problem or issues that we have identified. That is, students feel bored when the teachers conduct the teaching and learning activity for learning preposition of place without any collaborative or interactive activities, which leads towards a passive learning in the classroom. For this issue or problem, we have identified a proposed solution to. Let's look into it. Okay, this is the proposed solution that we have identified for this problem. We propose to conduct a teaching and learning activity of integrated learning tools with real-time feedback and gamified apps, which has timed challenges, points, and leaderboard to boost the students' participation and engagement in the lesson. Next, we look into the objectives of the lesson. The first one will be at the end of the lesson, pupils identify at least five prepositions of place correctly based on visual stimuli. The second one will be at the end of the lesson, pupils construct at least four sentences using the correct sentence structure, that is subject, verb, preposition, and object. Furthermore, the third one will be at the end of the lesson, pupils demonstrate understanding of spatial positions by completing a digital interactive activity with 80% of accuracy. We move on to the next slide. Okay, the target group or target learners for this lesson is Year 5 students from an SJKT school who have average level of English proficiency. And the target domain skill for this lesson is writing and grammar. Next, we will look into the learning theory. The learning theory that we have chose is the social constructivism theory by Lev Vygotsky. In his theory, he mentions that social learning triggers cognitive growth of the peoples. Then Vygotsky also believed that learning happens first socially through language and guided interaction, that is between the group activities, and then internally within the zone of proximal development. In this theory, scaffolding also plays an important role through the teaching support that adjusted to the student's present skill level. Next, the guided participation in this theory is a concept that goes beyond scaffolding, emphasizing shared activities in which experts and less experienced members of a group participate together. Next, we will look into the learning approach. The learning approach that we have chose is the cooperative learning approach, where it is an instructional strategy where students work in a small, mixed ability group to achieve a shared learning goal. In this approach, teacher will group the pupils first before conducting the activity. There are four basic principles in this approach. The first one is the positive interdependence, where the students shares the same goal to achieve and feels they are in it together. The second one will be the individual accountability, where each group member is responsible and contributes towards achieving the shared goals. And then the third one will be the equal participation, where the tasks are structured and all group members equally participate in the learning process. The fourth one will be the simultaneous interaction, where the students overtly active and engage in lessons at the same time rather than taking turns. Next, we will look into the characteristics of this approach. The first one will be the student centered, where the teacher acts as a facilitator and students explore the knowledge on their own by interacting with their group members. The second one will be the individual accountability, where each group member actively contribute their ideas to discuss and solve the tasks given. And the final one will be the heterogeneous grouping, where each group will have mixing students by ability to maximize the diverse perspectives.
Hello everyone, my name is Dineshwari. I'm going to explain the next slide. So the next slide is actually about characteristic of cooperative learning. So this one is I'm going to explain through our two lesson activities. Activity 1 is the small groups activity where people works together with 4 team members using laptops for two to complete a word wall group sort activity discussing where to place different propositions. Number 2, activity 2 was the structured independence. So here people shifted into pairs to write sentences based on a detailed picture. They must work together to finish while the teacher moved around providing immediate just-in-time grammatical feedback. Moving on to the next slide. So the next slide is about the principles of innovative learning environment. So the first principle that I'm going to look into it actually the student-centered learning. Instead of passive listening, students are active builders of language. We open with a 5-minute set induction using Google Slide to show a messy room and ask, where is the cat? This sparks spontaneous answers to test their prior knowledge before they take full control of their learning via the digital word wall game. Next slide. Okay, so this one also the principle of innovative learning environment. So the second one, it's a social and collaborative learning. Here the students co-construct knowledge through peer discussion. In activity 1 they collaborate on the word wall game. In activity 2 pairs must debate and agree on their ideas before writing sentences on their Padlet link. We wrap up. Okay, so the next principle is about emotions are integral to learning. To lower language anxiety, we use gamified digital tools like Wordwall and Kahoot. These provide instant reward loops that boost students' confidence. Crucially, this setup eliminates the fear of making mistakes when students struggle with the concept. The teacher uses a friendly, collaborative review to guide them safely. Okay. So the next slide also the principles of innovative learning environment, but this one is about the recognizing individual differences. We continually monitor students within their personal learning zones. While pairs work on activity 2, the teacher rotates to give tailored feedback to those who need it. At the end of the lesson, we offer 3 distinct follow-up parts like number 1, remedial exercise with close teacher support. Number 2, reinforcement worksheets for average students, and the last but not least, the enrichment assignments to challenge advanced learners. Okay, the next slide. Okay, an effective classroom requires these principles, which is adequate challenge and exercise. We scaffold this difficulty perfectly. Number 1 with the pre-lesson and activity 1 and activity 2. Okay, so the next principle is the assessment for learning. We don't use quizzes for grades. The assessment for learning, not of learning. It's actually for learning, not of learning. We don't use quizzes for grades. We use real-time data to catch misconceptions instantly. Based on the live analytics from the post-lesson Kahoot quiz, the teacher can immediately pause the class to clarify tricky concepts like the exact difference between opposite and in front of. Okay, so last but not least, the last principle of innovative learning environment is actually building horizontal connections. So here the students connect English prepositions to real world visual locations like a bedroom layout. At the same time, they build digital literacy and ICT skills by using laptops, and by collaborating and reflecting as an integrated learning community, they practice essential 21st century social skills. Okay, so this will be my last slide. This one is the lesson plan that we use, which has all the principles that I've mentioned before. That's all from me. I'll pass the next slide to my group member. Thank you.
To set induction, teacher presents a Google Slides presentation showing a messy room. Teacher asks, where is the cat? People give one word answer to gauge their prior knowledge about preposition. Moving further, for activity 1, teacher displays sentences on the screen. Example, as you can see over here, the ball is between the boxes. Teacher highlights the preposition and explains how it defines the relationship between two objects. People get into groups using tablet or laptop. They access a word wall. Group sort activity. They must match the prepositional word to the correct image. Moving forward to the second activity, teacher introduces the sentence structure on the board as you can see in the example over here. Number two, teacher shows a new detailed picture on the screen. People works in pair to write 4 sentences about the picture in a Padlet website. Teacher walks around to provide just-in-time feedback on grammar while they're doing their task. The last one for the post lesson, pupil join a Kahoot quiz. The quiz features images of positions and pupil must choose the correct prepositional or sentence to match the picture. Teacher recaps the most tricky prepositions using opposite versus in front of based on the Kahoot result. The example is given here. Moving forward, for the flowchart of innovative learning environmental design, lead in discover. Where is the cat? It's about the diagnostic check. Number 2 is for the present modeling, sentence structure on the board. Number 3 is practice guided digital sorting on word wall. The last one will be the produce independent writing sentences for new pictures as in pairs as we was stick to the PPP model as you can see over here. Findings part, this was gathered or collected based on the Padlet activity where the students are supposed to make sentences by using the preposition based on the picture given. Okay, here we attach the reference or the rubric that we used for this group 1 and the marks given based on this rubric. Okay, let's go into the findings. For the first criteria, it's about planning and group decision. This particular group got 2, and for the class target goal, it's supposed to be 3. Number 2, for the communicating thinking, this group got 3 as per the class target goal, so they achieved the second criteria. Moving forward to the third criteria, which is based on resource and idea contribution, this group got 3 as per the class target goal. They achieved for this third criteria as well. Number 4, process monitoring, they got 2 and they are supposed to get 3 for the class target goal. And for the last criteria, they got 3 as per the class target goal. Okay, moving forward for the group number 2, the first criteria, planning and group decision, they got 3 as per the class target goal. Number 2, communicating thinking, they got 3 as per the class target goal. Number 3, resource and idea contributions, they got 4 and the class target goal is 3. Number 4, process monitoring, they got 3 as per the class target goal. Number 5, collaborative problem solving, they got 3 as per the class target goal. As in conclusion, for the group performances versus target goal, as we can see over here, Santish group got it average accuracy with 72%. Arishan's group average accuracy was 88%. PBD classroom level 5 benchmark, it's supposed to be 80%. Arishan's group exceeded the PBD level 5 expectation with 80%, while Sandesh group scored near benchmark, demonstrating solid conceptual comprehension with minor areas for syntax improvement, as we can see over here. Okay, moving to the last part, this is the pictures attached. While this picture was taken during the activity, which is students was doing their word wall activity as in groups, as we can see over here, 4 person in a group, they will just complete the word wall activity. That's all from us. Thank you very much.